Kicker Gamer 2. What you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly wailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rackets regular, their boats bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
And good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Texas Motor Speedway, the little track that could. Little is, well, there's nothing little in Texas. It's 1.5 miles long, reconfigured not that long ago, and it is the site for the first race of the round of 8. Getting ready to roll on here tonight for the Blazing Pedals. My name is Chris. Joining me, as always, my good friend Rick Hammond Jr. Rick, how are you tonight?
Yeehaw, buddy. I'm doing good, man. I'm excited to be here at Texas.
Yeah, I am too, and it's going to be a good one. We've got a special thank you going out to Stacy L. Grant, the law offices of Stacy L. Grant. Tonight's race, stage racing, it's going to be stage 1 ending at the end of a lap number 48, stage 2 at the end of a lap 100. Then we race our way to lap 201 to try and decide who the first winner of this round of 8 is going to be. Let's go ahead and take a look. Perhaps, maybe, if we can get the computer to do what we want her to do tonight. Let's take a look at the points as they sit right now. Not really points so much, Rick, but who are the 8 drivers that are going to be rolling here tonight trying to get into that next round? Well, no surprise here. Right off the bat, it's going to be Matt Gruenberg, winningest driver of the season. And, you know, that actually extends into the playoffs, too. Winningest driver in the playoffs. Jamie Walker, tight on his heels with Dalton Kilroy, Derek Paulson, James Miller, Brian Dees, Matt Hackathorn, and John Perkins. Those are the 8 drivers that we need to be watching out here for tonight. Rick, you got a favorite yet?
I'm still hanging with the Dew Crew, man. I mean, you know, the Dew Crew, I would like to see Perkins move on. I mean, last season he did the same thing. He worked his way up and then he kind of lost it. So, you know, I'm kind of hoping for the 33 to do something good here this season. But I mean, I gotta stick with my Dew Crew.
All right, there it is. Rick shooting for the 88. I don't know if anybody's going to beat the 54 of Gruenberg, but if there's somebody out there, maybe last season's champion, the 41 of Don Kilroy, might have something for him. Kilroy has been starting to turn it on here the last few weeks, and oh, we see him going sideways. Thank you, Terry Foster.
Terry's been turning him around this season too.
Oh boy, yeah. It's been kind of a theme for TNA this year. Boy, they have not had a great season as far as keeping it straight. But, well, that's it. Hey, Amanda Sherman's out there on track. She drives the number 8 a couple of weeks ago. Got her first league win at Talladega. Got a couple of guys back with us that we haven't seen on track here for a little while. Rick and Fred Thompson. The Soul Stealer, Brian Dees, back out there on track, along with this gentleman. Pole, or not Pole, well, he was in the top 3 last week, the 16, the Hurricane, Ian Habiak. We do have a couple of drivers in the live feed here tonight. We got 4 of them. There's Ian Habiak, last season's champion, Don Kilroy, trying to figure out what to do to get himself a shot at becoming a repeat champion. Casey Campbell out there. And the Soul Stealer. Wait, he's gone. Rick.
He went down the drawer. He'll be back.
Okay.
He's okay. He's okay.
All right. Whew. Perfect. All right. Well,
Yeah, I mean, it's good to see Rick Thompson, Fred Thompson back out there. Of course, we've missed Brad Collins in the 22. He was out the last couple weeks also, Chris, and of course Casey Campbell. Good to see him back.
oh, Brian Dees is also back, Rick, and I'm pretty sure I just saw him wiping his mouth with a napkin. I don't know if
He had a soul to eat, buddy. He's got to get ready for the race. Probably eat some leftover turkey too.
that's about as clean shaven as I've seen that man in a long time.
Yeah, you know, I look over, I see Dalton. He's all scruffy looking. You know, he's got the playoff good luck stuff going on. You got Ian Habiak. He's got a little dirt on his face. I think he's been growing his playoff stuff, even though he's not in the playoffs this season. But I've been growing that since January.
Yeah, well,
Looking good.
getting ready for next season hockey.
That's what it is.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. You got to start it early.
Don't feel bad, Ian. I know how that is.
You just got to focus. If you focus, you can grow it. It's like,
Yeah, see,
There.
I grew. You saw I had the stash going, and it was
Yeah.
coming in pretty good finally. And then all of a sudden, it started tickling in places where I'm not used to being tickled, and I just shaved it off. I was like, you know what?
I don't even want to know.
No. It was like I had a couple that were like going in my nose, bro, and then there was one like I don't know how you deal with it. I mean, ever since I've known you, you've always had a beard and a goatee, or a goatee and a mustache, and it tickles like your top lip when you're eating. No. I can't do it. I don't. You know me.
Yeah, yeah. Well, these things just don't bother me. That's pretty much what it comes down to.
I mean, I spend money to shave my head. I don't like hair. It's got to go.
All right, fair enough. So far, we got 26 drivers set to take the field here tonight for Blazing Puddles. As practice rolls on here at Texas. Speaking of rolling on, Perkins rolling on the grass to bring it down pit road. That's a different way of entering. That's the Aaron Bockover special. Oh, the 55 is trying to do the 41 special. That's Don Kilrow. Everybody having issues, it seems, trying to come down pit road here. Maybe that be something good to practice, Rick. I don't know.
I'm not bringing up nothing because we did it last week. We screwed up a driver, and no.
I know.
4 races left of the season. I can't do it anymore.
I know I got a message, and I'm pretty sure he said that
I
he
did too.
messaged you too. Yeah. Mhm.
Oh yeah. It was all our fault.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Nothing to do with his brake pedal or his gas pedal. No, wouldn't be that. Looks like most drivers are on pit road. Probably going to be setting up a pit party here. If I had to guess, Dalton Kilrow. Probably calling them all to the line, telling them, hey, time to be out there as a group, see what we can do.
You're absolutely right. And Kilrow actually starting to lead the pack off of pit road right now, followed by the Hurricane.
Yeah, here they come.
'66 Jordan McAvoy going to be third in line. I'm digging that car, Chris.
That's a different paint job, isn't it?
It is. I like the colors. 73 Casey Campbell.
You know what I like about those Speed Mafia guys? They drive Fords.
Yeah. I like the paints that Michael Falk over at MF Racing Design did.
Sun is out big time here in Texas. Look at the glare. Awesome.
It's always sunny. Texas.
Oh, Terry has 750 horsepower, he says, underneath the hood. I don't think so, Rick.
That's taffy power.
Oh, taffy power. Okay.
I think he thinks I really deleted his other paint, Chris. He hasn't gone back to it. He's keeping it. Hey, there's Michael Falk. How you doing, buddy? Hope you had a good Thanksgiving. Hope everybody out there had a good Thanksgiving.
I'm still full.
That's because you guys had more turkey today.
That's true. Yeah, we did. Whoa, look out, Casey Campbell. Wow. Oh, the 84 finding his way into the wall. My goodness.
And Aaron Bockover somehow missed both those cars. I hope that luck continues. try the reverse psychology tonight.
Oh, he'll probably crash.
No.
Well, then you got to do the reverse psychology.
Okay, maybe not reverse. Maybe that wasn't the right wording.
Oh, okay.
I'm just gonna, we're gonna be positive whenever I talk about Bachhofer tonight.
I'm positive.
Okay, if he gets a speeding penalty on pit road, well, he needed it because the oil temps were too high in the car. He had to cool down a little bit. It's gonna be okay. The Bush machine's looking good here in Texas tonight.
Oh, another one finding his way into the wall.
I blame it on the safety barriers, man.
The track was reconfigured not that long ago, Rick, but it's been out long enough. We've been on it a couple of times.
That 8 machine, that's what I'm looking forward to seeing tonight now. She's done a lot of practice and stuff on Texas. A lot of league races on Texas. She loves Texas.
That's what she says. She says, I love Texas. We're going to find out.
Don't we all love Texas, though?
Never been.
Except for the scorpions, the rattlesnakes.
Wild hog.
Actually, the wild hogs. My uncle, or actually, he's my cousin. He's got a ranch down there, and always gets deer. He always gets hogs. He sent me up some wild hog sausage before. It's good. One thing I noticed, Chris, with the reconfiguration is you can't really go flat foot anymore. That's one thing I used to love about Texas. It was kind of like another little mini speedway, but you just can't do that anymore. You got to lift a little bit going into the corners. That's Mark Arthur just reminded me too. Can't flat foot in 3 and 4 anymore. If you do, you end up in the wall. Of course, my love from Texas comes from my family being down there, and of course, Dale Jr.'s first NASCAR win in the Cup Series came at Texas. And one of my online screen names used to be Big Hoss, and of course, they named a TV after me, the Big Hoss TV down there.
I don't know if it's the setup or the way some of these guys are driving, but rear end looks like it wants to come out on a few cars. Oh,
Ouch.
oh boy, oh boy. What a way to end it. All right, well, just like that, we're gonna kick on over to qualifying.
Like Dalton Kilroy is going to be the first one to head out into the track in this number 41 machine.
'55 also coming out. along with
Not
Amanda
Butcher heading
Sherman.
out.
Yeah, lots of cars coming out now, including the 44 of Aaron Bockover. Well, let's see what Amanda does here. She's touted this as her favorite track. We're going to see. She's on the stopwatch. Don Kilroy able to put down the first time, but not good enough. The Butcher takes it over almost immediately. Amanda Sherman right now, 5th quickest, just behind teammate Aaron Bockover. 0.2 of a second there. 0.3 of a second. Casey Campbell 6th quickest. Kilroy finds some speed in that second lap, but again, gets knocked down by the Butcher. And Amanda Sherman right now going to be scored 6th quickest. Right behind Jason Day. Now Casey Campbell comes in, takes away 5th from Day, and pushes Amanda back down. Let's take a look who else do we have out there. How about James Miller in the 09?
Christmas Tim Hortons car.
Miller shuts it down. He's going to be 10th quickest so far. Mike Hamlin just finishing up his second lap, 7th quickest. Philip Van Vliet, 13th quickest. So far, he's going to be finishing up his last lap right now. So we'll see what the lone Dutchman does. He increases his spot up to 10th fastest is Philip Van Vliet. Brad Collins coming in at 12th quickest. Jordan McAvoy going to put himself on the clock. Here we go. Jordan in the 66. Oh, Brad Collins with a great second lap up to 5th quickest. And his number 22.
We're all looking good.
Ooh, wicked first lap here for Jordan. 4th quickest, a 36.08 for Jordan McAvoy on his first lap. Derek Paulson going to be starting his first lap here pretty shortly. Hey guys, do you think the 44 will rock it tonight by Shelly Cook? He's definitely going to rock it, Shelly. Whether or not it's a good or bad thing, that's yet to be determined.
It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. Think positive. Gotta think positive for Aaron.
Oh yeah. Derek Paulson on the clock right now with his number 6, painted up by Marielle and the talented crew over at MF Racing Designs. Derek Paulson, a member of the MFRD or Racing Camp. And let's see what Derek's first lap looks like. 12th quickest, 30.770. Ooh, John Perkins with a hell of a first lap. 6th quickest.
And the Shermanator's out there, and it's number 3 under a new sponsorship on the quarter panels, Chris. I like it.
TRJ vacuums. Makes perfect sense. I'm going to try, guys. Apparently we have some chat bots coming in and posting stuff, but we're going to try and keep that out as best we can. Rick, you want to keep an eye on that? I've already reported out like 3 or 4 of them. So hopefully we can keep that to a minimum here tonight. And Corey Sherman really sucking up the competition here tonight. 9th quickest with that new sponsorship. And speaking of TRJ, here comes the Hurricane.
Speaking of TRJ Karting, Tim, if you ever watch it, this is how we're going to find out if the series sponsor actually watches these broadcasts. Tim, during qualifying, your son is on the thing. I need some size 9 Alpine stars and large racing gloves. Is that anything you have in stock? And if so, or if not, how long to get some?
Wow.
Hopefully before Christmas.
I thought you'd just go to the website and order it.
You can, but I don't know what he has in stock, you know? I mean, things are tough right now, man. I mean, I can't find dill pickles anywhere. I can't get a natural gas stove anywhere. Every time I ask, they're like, it's out on the coast of California, and we don't know how long it's going to be there.
Well, I think we probably, oh no, we do have a couple of drivers that are going to try and sneak in at least a lap here. Looks like Matt Grunberg is out on track. So is Brian Dees. Dees back to the Marvel Studios Ford Mustang. Painted, of course, by, well, none other than Michael Falk Racing Designs. Brian Dees, I don't think trying very hard, Rick. So far, 21st quickest.
I think he ate too much turkey, bud.
Yeah,
I think that's what it's coming down to.
Well, left side weight was a little off on the 17. Is that what you're saying? Things should be turning like a dream then.
There you go. How about that? Is that good enough for you?
Yeah, I think maybe that one, that lap right there, probably okay.
Maybe the turkey worked in his favor, you know, gave it that little extra boost when he let off the gas. You know what I'm saying?
That left side weight was not a penalty after all. It actually helped out. And that's going to do it live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network for qualifying. That is going to help us to set up the grid. on the pole tonight, it's going to be the Soul Stealer, the driver of the number 17 out of S&M Motorsports. It's Brian Dees. To his outside, driving the number 10, it's going to be Taylor Butcher Benjamin. Inside, row number 2 out of MFRD, it's going to be the 6, driven by Derek Polson. To his outside, starting in 4th place tonight, the number 66 from Team AV, it's going to be Jordan McAvoy. Starting inside, row number 3 out of 5 Kings Motorsports, it's going to be the 41 and last season's champion, Dalton Kilrow, looking to try and repeat this season. To his outside, it's going to be Speed Mafia's number 33 of John Perkins. Starting inside, row number 4, it's going to be the 31 out of 5 Kings Motorsports, it's Jason Day. Starting to the outside of him, driving the number 98 out of Team AV, it's going to be Jeffrey Fisher. And starting inside, row number 5, it's going to be the 22 out of Speed Mafia, it's going to be Brad Collins. Corey Sherman out of TNA Motorsports going to start his number 3 outside row number 5. TNA Motorsports going to start inside row number 6 and 11th with the number 44 of Aaron Bockover. Starting to his outside in the 12th position, it's number 84 out of Team AV. It's going to be Matt Hackathorn. And starting in the 13th spot tonight, Rick, it's going to be the Limitless Motorsports number 28, driven by Mike Hamlin. To his outside, the work in progress racing number 55 of Joshua Rutherford.
And then I'll go 15th is going to be the number 16 of Ian Habiuk. Rick Thompson got his number 76 qualified in 16th position. Hopefully this is right, Chris, because my overlay is locked, but I didn't want to lose it. Casey Campbell going to be starting in 17th position in his 73 machine, with Philip Van Vliet in his 89 going to be starting in 18th. In 19th position, that's going to be the 09 of Team AV's James Miller. Amanda Sherman got her number 8, going to be starting in 20th position. The 5 car of Corey Rutherford in 21st, with Jamie Walker in the 88 Duke Crew machine going to be starting in 22nd. Matt Grunberg starting the 54 in 23rd position, but we know he won't be there long. And in 24th is going to be the 51 of Josh Sexton. Randy McAvoy qualified as 61 in 25th position. Fred Thompson going to be starting his 46 in 26th. And rounding out the field, Chris, it's going to be the 86 of Terry Taffy Man Foster.
And we go green for the first time here tonight. Our pole sitter, Brian Dees, skirts out to a very quick, all by himself kind of lead. Here comes Derek Paulson, going to battle it in for a second spot. The 10 on the outside, going to let him go and rejoin the back bumper. That's the Butcher, as everybody trying to battle it out for position. Everybody wants to go kind of single file. The 41 hasn't quite done it yet. They're battling side by side. Kilrow and John Perkins in the 33. The 33 to the outside. Oh, Kilrow with a blink. Dalton Kilrow is having some last couple weeks, right?
Yeah, last couple weeks, and actually during one of those incidences on the track said that he was fine, but then he looked and he goes, nope, it's not good.
Yeah, well, all of a sudden it's not good here for Dalton Kilrow in the number 41, and we're gonna have to watch that, as that has been a developing story. You would think a champion would be able to go out and afford a good router, for crying out loud. Nonetheless, John Perkins right behind him. And now the connection seems to have solidified just a little bit here for Dalton Kilrow. John Perkins could put the attack on. Behind him, Jeffrey Fisher in the 98. A little bit of a gap back to Jason Day, just his second race of the season. Corey Sherman driving the TRJ Vacuum Savage Edge machine. In the 9th spot after starting in 10th, he was able to get around Brad Collins at the start of the 22. Holds on to the top 10. Brian Dees might be under a little bit of pressure. Derek Paulson pushing hard, trying to find himself to the race lead. He moves to the outside. No help at all from the 10. And Derek Paulson not able to do anything there. He puts it back right behind the 17. A little bit of drafting you can do here, Rick, but once you pop out, it is gone.
It's gone really quick. Yep. Of course, the top 2 drivers right now are in the race for the championship. Winning here tonight would be nice for the next 2 weeks. You don't have to really worry about things, as we saw Brian Dees Coming into this round, he won the first race and got to take it easy, but now we start all over again. So
Yeah,
you want to be in that final four.
Soul Stealer, Derek Paulson, you're right. Both drivers in the hunt, trying to find a way to make it into that last and final round for the championship. And the look of concentration on the 17 apparent. And here comes the 6 looking to the inside. I think he's gonna have him. It is Mustang versus Camaro here on lap number 7. The Butcher.
The Butcher trying to find out where he wants to go. Of course, he's right now trying to help Paulson along here, get clear of the 17, and he's just barely with the 17 battling back on that outside lane, Chris. But how much do you really want to abuse your tires right now? I mean, it's a long race, 201 laps here. Stage 1 going to be happening at the end of lap number 48, so you got a little ways to go. Basically 9, or not 9. I don't even know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about, though.
I lost you.
You did?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
you started throwing weird numbers out there, and I'm like, what?
It's because the wife brought down pizza.
Oh, okay. I will say this: if you're gonna start abusing your tires, you might as well start early. Here's the thing: you get points for being towards the front. You get championship points, and those championship points may be enough to carry you into that final 4 championship round. So the answer is you got to do everything you can every lap you can. And if that means beating your tires up for a couple laps to try and get your lead back, well, so be it. The 17 did that, and Derek Paulson, slid back to the 4th spot. Those are valuable points that he just lost. Meanwhile, Dolan Kilroe has maintained. It looks like, again, that connection issue that he was having seems to have solidified. And he is on the back bumper of Derek Paulson. That would be for position number 4 if Dolan can find his way around. Behind them, it's going to be Jeffrey Fisher and John Perkins. Perkins, one of those yellow spoiler cars. So somebody to watch here tonight. That's not too bad, Rick. You know, in the top 7, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4 cars that are in the championship hunt. In the top 7 here on lap 12.
Last thing was kind of surprising. Of course, Matt Grunberg comes in tonight with on the top of the list right now. Has won the most so far, but he's sitting in 26th position right now.
Yeah, Grunberg really, he typically does start towards the rear, but he seems to be taking it very easy here. And you got to think it's probably just part of some plan that he has.
Well, we know his mind's definitely working, Chris, and Matt Grunberg always comes to every race with a plan, so I'm sure you're absolutely right. Then you got to look at Jamie Walker. I don't know about your scoring because I had to restart mine, but it says that he's up 5 positions already in the 17th position.
Yeah, that's correct.
So Walker's starting to make his way up through the field, which is something that we normally see. We're used to seeing that with Jamie Walker when he doesn't qualify. The Hurricanes under a little pressure by another one who is running for that final 4 in the championship, the 09 of James Miller. Was looking on the outside, now sucking up to the back bumper of the Hurricanes, number 16 TRJ Karting Mustang. Ian's hanging on to that number 13 spot. He's up 2 already since the drop of the green flag, and he's starting to put some pressure on that rear bumper of the 28 of Mike Hamlin.
Yeah, you can't say last week's finish didn't help the confidence level of the 16 Ian Habiak. He definitely seems a lot more confident out on track, at least at this point in the race. He's running the line that he chooses to run and not letting anything distract him from it. That's pretty darn important. That's a heck of a skill to have learned. Oh, hold on to it, Ian. Got a little push there.
Oh boy, 3 wide. We're going to go 3 wide.
Wide here at Texas. Mike Hamlin to the outside. The 16 gave it up. Said no thank you. I'd rather lose a spot or two than go in the middle. And a good call again from Ian Habiak. Hope you had a great Thanksgiving and a Merry Christmas to you as well. I can finally start saying that, Rick. I had to wait. You know, I don't start one holiday before the other one ends, but now it's done.
It is. It is. And we're working our way towards it. I mean, the season's coming to a draw quickly here, Chris. I mean, think about it. We have 2 races after tonight, and then we have the championship race on the 19th of December. Now we got to get ready for Santa Claus, John.
Oh, yeah. And just like that, before we know it's going to be the roar before the 24.
Which we definitely got to participate in.
Well, we didn't talk about it when it happened, but we do have a new race leader. It's the Butcher. Our pole sitter, Brian Dees, has slipped back to the 5th spot behind Derek Polson and Dalton Kilroe. Jordan McAvoy also moved up to the 2nd spot. During practice, the 66 looked like he was a little bit loose. May have finally gotten a handle on the setup, or the setup was coming to him as the tires wear, one or the other. And Aaron Bockover not having a lot of luck to start this one off. He is down 6 spots since the drop of the green flag. Meanwhile, his teammate down 3. That, of course, being Corey Sherman.
It's okay. It's okay.
This is the first week that Corey's been able to kind of just race for a little while without thinking too much. He was eliminated last week.
Gave it a heck of a run, though.
He did.
And the guy who's getting a heck of a run, the 88, Jamie Walker, battling it out with the 28 of Mike Hamlin right now. Walker thinks better of it and says, okay.
Now all this happening kind of mid-pack.
Man, we got some drivers heading down pit road now. At 23. Oh, 201.
It's going to be Dees, Hackathorn, Miller, Bockover, Rutherford's, all on pit road. And with that, all the pit stops happening. Jamie Walker now finds himself inside the top 10. Ian Habiak does as well. Habiak running in the 10th spot. So we're about halfway through the first stage. First stage ends at the end of lap number 48.
And it's going to be a nice run to the end of stage number 2, Chris, happening at the end of lap 100.
You know, I'm proud of these guys. A good sized field showing up here late in the season. 27 drivers starting here tonight. That's amazing.
It is. I know we've had higher race counts, but you know, with such a long season, Chris, I mean, you and I, we know. We've tried it before when we were running a league, and usually towards the tail end, you start seeing drivers start falling off. But it's been a very solid season here for the Blazing Pedals. Of course, you and I always tout it as the best league on iRacing. There's a reason for that.
Up front, TBB. Up one spot into the race lead, Derek Paulson. Bringing it down pit road. Derek Paulson calls it out. He is on pit road. So that's going to put Don Kilroe up into the second spot. Good old Captain Safe Fuel.
I don't think he's been saving too much here at the start tonight.
No, I don't think so. I mean, he did start with 3/4 of a tank of fuel from last week, but
That's true.
and now the Butcher bringing it down. Dalton Kilroe going to be our new race leader. Dalton Kilroe across the line leads lap number 29. So just a few drivers now that have not come down pit road. We'll see how these strategies play out. Here comes the 41. Now he's going to bring it down. Jeffrey Fisher is going to bring it down as well. Matt Gruenberg, who hasn't been very quick yet, going to stay out. And remember, I did say I believe that was probably by design. You just can't. I don't believe there's a track that Matt is slow at.
If there is, we haven't found it yet.
So Gruenberg right now is the race leader, up 22 spots. Dalton Kilroe going to come off from pit road in the second spot. And Gruenberg has not taken a pit stop yet. This may be part of that plan though, Rick. I'm telling you. He's just cruising around at a very different pace than normal Matt Gruenberg.
Now he peels it off.
He is going to peel it off and bring it down pit road. That's going to give the lead over to Dalton Kilroe. Assuming that Kilroe can catch up, make up the difference, whatever you want to say, get by Gruenberg as he's on pit road getting service. All but two drivers on the lead lap here on lap 32. Fred Thompson, Matt Hackathorn.
Ron, it is a fixed league. It's not iRacing fixed setups though. Mark Arthur builds the setups for the drivers, so everyone's on the same setup, but it is a modified version. And I can tell you, you go look at Rick Yammon Jr. on iRacing, and you can see what Mark Arthur does when you look at my stats for New Hampshire.
Oh, that's true. All of a sudden, you had a midsummer winning streak going on.
He's like, listen, you've got a hard time racing here. Dude, open. I'm like, Mark, I can't set up a car. He's like, but I can.
A little twist here, a little turn there. Special set of staggered tires. And you can hold the outside. I know it. I know it in my heart. Kilroe, Paulson, Dees, your top three right now. Jordan McAvoy gets right by Dees one more time. So they're battling it out here for that third spot. And it looks like McAvoy is going to hold on to it firmly now as the 17 pinned to the outside. Here comes Taylor Butcher Benjamin on the inside. And the Butcher winds it up. D's going to try and fight back on the outside. And I think D's might have a little extra speed there, but he is stuck on the outside, not where he wants to be. Certainly a car not comfortable there for him right now. As everybody who has passed him on the inside.
And it's hard because you really can't let up too much because, as you can see, Perkins right there behind D's.
And D's now drops it down to the inside. He's going to try and take that spot right back away from the Butcher. And we'll see the difference on how that Camaro roll. Oh, he's stepping out just a little bit. A little bit loose there for him. So the 17 backs it down just a little bit. I think he'll be back in just a couple of laps. Meanwhile, up front, Dalton Kilroe continues to lead the way, trying to go back-to-back championships, but he's got a long road to hoe here. And Rick, we've talked about him several times now. Gruenberg back in the 22nd spot, only up one position. Not a typical race here for Matt Gruenberg at Texas. Interesting to see what this, and you know it's a strategy. Just want to see it play out, see what's going to happen. Field fairly stretched out at this point. Well, it looks like the 33 going to make a run on the 17. The Soul Stealer can't do much about it. So D's back down in the 6th spot. He does hit the inside. He's going to try and get it back. But right now, Brian D is not liking these old tires. And that's something he's going to have to change here, Rick. He's going to have to change the way he's driving on the older tires to find speed. Limited sets of tires here tonight, just like every week for the Blazing Pedals. And the guys that can handle it the best are often the winner. The 41 right now leads the way with about 8 laps to go before the end of stage number 1. And it won't be long before pit road closes down.
I think the drivers are sitting comfortably with fuel loads, Chris. I think it's going to work out. Dolan very happy about where he's sitting right now, as is Derek Paulson. Of course, he would like to get around the 41, but taking a second points in the stage, not a bad place to be.
Dalton Kilroe, our race leader, bottom right hand side of your screen. One of the guys here that's in virtual reality.
Good to see the old girl still going.
That's right. That used to be yours.
Yep.
How about Casey Campbell? He's in his rig, the 73 right now, being scored in the 21st position. It looks like he's got a good fan going on there, Rick.
He has what I need when I'm racing, Chris. I was going to mention that earlier, but Casey Campbell staying nice and cool.
You need a pair of gloves. I know that.
I have a pair of gloves. I got mine from TRJ Karting.com.
No, you said you wanted another set.
No, it's not for me. It's for my cousin.
Oh, gotcha.
Trying to get his dad to buy him a computer so we can get him on iRacing, but he's been using the Xbox as of late.
How about the Hurricane? Podium sitter last week. Right now finds himself in the 16th spot, just down one spot on the race. So
there's one of them vacuums that he has for sale there in the back. You can see it.
Yep, there it is. It's the TRJ Eureka 3000. It's claimed the fame. It really sucks.
Michael Pock, you're not kidding, man. I wouldn't mind having Campbell's racing setup, but I would really like to have them. Actually, no, I wouldn't. Not until my son gets a little bit older, from what I hear from the pots and pans. But it would be nice to have a nice set of drums like that.
Look, just keep the kid out of the oven and we should be all set.
He likes it though, Uncle Chris.
It's warm. Brian Dees, the Soul Stealer, back in the Marvel Studios 17 Chevy Camaro. Before the race, he was all happy-go-lucky. Saw him wipe his mouth after he had stolen another soul. Now it's down to business.
I think he just mouthed, "I want more cranberry sauce." I think that's what I saw. I don't know.
It's entirely possible.
All right, pits are closed, Chris. We're getting ready to finish this up. Dalton Kilroy doing a good job. He's hanging on to it. He's got to go around one more time. He's going to be taking stage one.
On to the front stretch for the final time in stage number 1 and our stage 1 winner.
No, we got one
shoot,
more.
yeah, we got one more lap. See?
One more.
Boy.
At the end of lap 40.
I'm getting excited now, Rick. Championship time, buddy. I'm digging it. I'm digging in now. On to the back stretch for the last time in stage number 1. There.
He's making short work of it. I can tell you that.
He is, yeah. Best lap time of 30.73. Last time by 32.59. So tire drop is big deal here, but not big enough to take away stage at number 1 from the 41. Congratulations goes out to last season's champion, Dalton Kilroy. I apparently placed an order last night with Savage Edge.
Oh boy.
After looking at the list, it looks like stuff that I would have ordered, so it's cool. It's all good.
I have no complaints with my Savage Edge gear, man. I mean, Corey and Amanda do a fabulous job. They buy high quality stuff. Their printing is high quality. I've gotten rid of pretty much all my other shirts besides Savage Edge stuff.
I was wearing my toque last night, keeping myself warm. I may have to go put it on right now. I don't know.
You
What
gotta
I do?
close the window.
Well, yeah, it's almost about that time of year, I guess. Well, congratulations once again goes out to Dalton Kilroy, winner of stage number 1. When we come back, it's going to be stage number 2 live right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network.
Kicker Gamer 2. What you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
Back live, getting ready to start stage number 2 here at Texas. I want to go ahead and thank the law offices of Stacy L. Grant one more time for helping to put this one on here tonight. First race of the round of 8 here at Texas. We're going to have a little bit of a different starting lineup than we left you with here. We're going to have Derek Polson on the pole, Dalton Kilroe, Jordan McAvoy, James Miller, Brian Dees, Jamie Walker, excuse me, Taylor the Butcher Benjamin, John Perkins, Rick Thompson, Brad Collins, to round out the top 10. There are some drivers out there that are on fresh tires. There are some drivers that opted not to do that, Rick.
And you can't blame them. I mean, the guys that, you know, they want to use up what they can, like you were talking about earlier. You want to try to make as many advances as you can throughout the race. I mean, just because these guys aren't in the chase for the championship doesn't mean they don't want to come out here and win and steal a win away from one of those drivers to make them work for it a little bit more. And they're definitely going to be putting in some work. But we'll see what happens as the pace car goes down pit road. All eyes right now are on the 6th. And Derek Paulson gets a really good jump on the restart there. Dalton Kilroe is going to be able to move on down if he wants to before the 66 Jordan McAvoy closes the door on him. And Brian D stuck on the outside once again, trying to get around the 66 McAvoy. He's able to do it.
And here comes the 10 to the inside. That's the Butcher looking on the inside of James Miller. Butcher looking to try and take away a spot here from one of those yellow spoiler drivers.
Do you think the Butcher's wishing that Texas was last week?
Oh, I do. Yeah, I do. Track placement, track timing, whatever you want to call it, I think plays a big part of how these guys are looking to advance. And last week just wasn't the right track for the Butcher, but right now he is on fire. He is working his way up, and I do mean up, all the way up to the second spot is Taylor the Butcher Benjamin, and he's looking for more. He dives down to the inside, heading into turns 1 and 2. The Butcher, our new race leader, just like that. Now, to be fair, the Butcher is on fresh tires. So is John Perkins, who just took over second spot. So what we're seeing here, ladies and gentlemen, is the difference between fresh tires and old tires. Brad Collins now in the third spot. Rick Thompson in fourth. All four of those drivers on fresh tires. Then it's Derek Paulson, Don Kilroy, Brian Dees, Jason Day. Jason Day moving up. He's going to do it in a hurry. Here comes the Hurricane. The Hurricane finds himself inside the top 10. Oh, look at big move here from the 28. Mike Hamlin stuffs it down on the inside, and he is rolling. Oh, I love seeing new tires. Oh, gosh, I love it.
The drivers like the feeling of new tires, too. But that's just one less set. I mean, it's a long race, Chris. 201 laps here.
Yeah, we're a quarter of the way through it.
Yeah. But that last stage from lap 100 to lap 201.
Yeah, it's a long one.
It is. But these drivers know what they're doing. I mean, everybody came out here with a plan. Now they're utilizing that plan. Of course, we haven't talked about it much, Chris. Next week, December 5th, race number 2 of the round of 8 is going to be at the Paperclip. We head to Martinsville for a little short track action. And then on December 12th, we head to your least favorite track of Phoenix, ISM.
Hate Phoenix.
Whatever you want to call it.
I call it crap.
And then probably my luck on December 19th. We don't know where the race is going to be, but with my luck, it's probably going to be at New Hampshire.
New Hampshire.
For 600 laps.
It's got my vote.
Yeah, bastard.
Our votes only matter if there's a tie.
If there's a tie. That's right.
Oh, Corey Sherman finds himself into the wall as he goes to the outside to pass the 17. Just scraped it a little bit. Kept it rolling. Corey Sherman actually spent a lot of time on pit road. "29 seconds in the stall." I know what it was. Somebody forgot to unplug the vacuum. He couldn't get out. He was just sitting there spinning the tires. These guys keeping it clean on the inside here. They were vacuuming everything, Rick.
Well, if you head on over to trjkarting.com/TRJ vacuums, Ian will gladly get rid of one out of his room.
I think there's an OnlyFans site too.
Yes, there is.
Well, Don Kilroy's having problems again, Rick. He's blinking up a storm. So more than just running around on old tires, that connection issue continues to haunt him. Up front, it is the Butcher, and he is all by himself. 2.4 seconds is the race lead over second place, Brad Collins. Collins, one of those Speed Mafia guys. Driving the Warthog, looking for a win.
And of course, Terry Foster, I think, figured out what Dalton's issue is. Chris, you talked about that OnlyFans page. I think Dalton's on it. I think that's what I see in the background.
Well, things are starting to straighten out just a little bit here as far as new tires versus old tires are concerned.
Pretty much everybody with a fresh set of tires is up towards the front. I can tell you that right now.
Yep.
There might be a couple of stragglers down further throughout the field making their runs through. Judging by the times that I have on the pit boards here. What a blistering pit time there for the 44 crew, the Bush crew, wearing Bach over.
Ooh, I guess so.
4.73 seconds on pit road.
It was bested only by Casey Campbell, according to the numbers. 0.
Oh.
Still 25 drivers on the lead lap. We got 2 off from the lead lap. It's Fred Thompson, Matt Hackathorn.
Yeah, I didn't catch to see what happened to Matt.
Yeah, it was way towards the beginning of the race. Whenever it happened, was when it happened. I don't know what happened.
Of course, the 84 is one of those drivers in the chase right now, in the playoffs, I should say. NASCAR would stop changing the name of it. We can figure it out.
Yeah, that's not what he wants to. I don't see any damage on the car. I
No,
don't.
it's
I just
clean.
don't know.
And he's been down pit road at least 3 times. Which there are a few other drivers that have been down 3 times also, so I'm not exactly sure what happened to Hackathorn.
Off sequence, no matter the case, and as one of the drivers in the top 8, that's not what you want to have happen to you. As the Butcher continues to lead this one, and the gap is rising. 3 seconds now over Brad Collins. A little over a second back from him. John Perkins in the 33 makes his way into the 3rd spot, with the captain of the crew right behind him in 3rd. Now Rick Thompson back out on track, going to try and help his guys to the front. And I dare say especially the 33.
No better place to be than Chris with a bunch of your teammates, that's for sure. Running 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. And not far behind him, Casey Campbell in 8th. Okay, Mark Arthur was able to go back and look. It looks like the 84 had a speeding exiting on pit road during that first pit stop.
Oh,
so
he
that
pulled a
would
block
be
over.
why.
Yeah.
He
yeah.
pulled- No, not saying it.
Yeah, no, it's just what we call it. That's all. It doesn't mean anything. It's just what we call it. About the Lone Dutchman quietly made his way up into the 9th position here tonight.
Oh yeah.
I gotta be honest here. I'm looking at something pretty special, Rick. If you look at the top 10 cars, and look at the manufacturers, you're gonna see something that I hardly ever see, really.
Well, I know it's not the bow tie leading the pack, that's for sure.
Well, you got that, but then you got Ford, another Chevy, then you got Ford, Toyota.
I know, that makes you excited. I know it does.
Look, the manufacturer battle, it's probably not much of a battle here on iRacing. I get that. But in my mind, there's always a battle there. Plus the Mustang front end looks better.
The dash cluster is what gets me, Chris.
I know you love it.
I do. That I will not lie about.
There it is.
You can see everything right there. I mean, yes, you have to look under the wheel to see it, but nothing's blocked. You know, jump into a Toyota.
I can't see anything, right?
No. There's nothing. I mean, you can. I mean, you can't even tell. Oh, I don't know. And now jump into a Chevy. It's a lot better than a Toyota.
Is it though?
A little bit, I think.
I mean, I can't even see what 2 of the gauges are.
Yeah, them are the non-important ones. You don't worry about it. Your crew chief tells you when them things are. If you can see the needle over towards the right, then you know you're doing something wrong.
Fair enough. New
No,
second
you
place
didn't.
runner.
You didn't, Michael. What are you doing? That you got to give up now. Look, even the drivers, they just noticed it on the broadcast. They're all pulling in. They don't even want to race anymore. They're all coming down pit road. They're like, we're done.
Yep, we give up. We give. Michael didn't put a nameplate on it. We gotta pull it off.
I mean, that poor guy doesn't even know what. He can't even call out what, you know, when he's coming in for a pit stop. He's just like, me. I'm coming in.
I'm coming in. Whatever,
I don't know what number I am anymore.
Whatever my name and or number is.
Michael, there is nobody else here that can understand the frustration of what you're doing right now, because I know you're going into the file and you're putting it on there. I know that's what you're doing, because you know what? I would do the same thing. All the paints I have on Trading Paints, I put on, you know, back when Chris and I were running our league, we had a league thing on there. People are still racing it around, which is cool. But, you know, they got my name or Chris's name above the door. It's like, I gotta make some changes to some of mine too. Or I get Chris who says, hey, I want this for an idea for a paint. I get it all done and I send it, and he's like, wait, what about this logo? Okay, we can redo it again.
I have ideas. I can't actually put pen to paper. Okay.
No, you can put pen to paper. It's just you can't put paper to.
Can't put crayon to paper. Whatever you want to say, Rick. It's all true no matter what.
Listen, you've had at least 2 really good paints in your day. Okay.
Really? I'd say I had a lot more than that. I just didn't paint them.
I always tell him here, you try it, and you know, he sends me something and I just shake my head, and that's how he gets me to do it for him. Because he knows I just won't let it go.
My favorite thing is I'll hop on and we'll be on together, and we'll use like TeamViewer or some program where he can see what's going on, and he'll be like, no, you gotta do this. And I'm like this? No, not like that.
That's on purpose.
I just don't know what the hell I'm doing.
Yeah, after like spec maps, that's when it's not fun. I will agree with that.
Well, the Butcher continues to roll here as our race leader, and a lot of pit stops are happening. Matt Gruenberg being scored in the 2nd spot, but again, just not, what's to say? He didn't get there by racing his way there. He did it by people coming in down pit road. Speaking of not racing your way there, how about 3rd spot, Terry Foster?
You are harsh, man.
Terry's coming down pit road now. That'll probably give the spot over, and it does, to Dalton Kilrow as the Butcher brings it down. So Dalton Kilrow now in 2nd spot behind Matt Gruenberg. Jamie Walker out there, it looks like on fresh tires, because he is smoking up the track. And a lot of these drivers just kind of want Grunberg to come down pit road so they can see where they stand after all these pit stops.
Oh, we'll see what he does as he comes into turns number 3 and 4.
And he's staying down on the low side. May have called it out. The 3 goes up high. Yeah, the 54 bringing it in. And that should give the race lead over to the 41, except the 41 is going to bring it in as well.
Down. Yep.
Along with
66 coming down the 5. 17.
Lots of different pit strategies happening out there right now, but the guy that got it done the best, our race leader, Taylor the Butcher Benjamin. Lap 84. We got 16 laps to go before our next scheduled caution flag to come out for stage number 2. Hey, you know who's not racing tonight? Of course, it's not a surprise if you watched last Monday night, but Ty Morosco. He's still at home. He's trying to steal all the food out of his parents' house so he has something to eat.
I think Morosco is the reason why we have a hot dog shortage.
Quite possibly. TNA Shop Talk Live tomorrow night, Monday, as it is every Monday, on Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube, starting at 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Catch up with the folks over at TNA Motorsports, learn about their week of racing and whatever else they were doing.
I think they should have a special guest, Brad Collins, so Collins can talk about how his season has been hurt by not having his 22 on his nameplate. That's just a suggestion.
Ouch. Yeah, I'm rough. Yeah. All kinds of different strategies happening out there again for this round of pit stops. The Butcher did not take tires that time in, but our second place runner, Mike Hamlin, did. And Hamlin has a lot of ground to make up. By the time he gets there, tires will probably be pretty equal. 2.3 seconds is the gap.
Oh, something going on there with James Miller.
Yeah, the 09 stopped in the middle of the track, facing the wrong direction. Caution flying. Miller gets the ship righted. He is heading in the right direction, but let's go back and take a look, see what happened to the Tim Hortons 09 of James Miller. Whoa! He went in a little hot. And the rear end did not stay planted. Around he went. Driver's doing a great job to avoid, and he did a great job too, just by simply holding the brakes. It's amazing. That little thing right there, holding the brakes, Rick. How few people often get it right.
It's hard because your mind's telling you that you want to go, 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 but that could have spelled disaster for the front runners.
So for the first time, due to some incident on track, the caution lights turn on here at Texas. And there's a few drivers that are actually pretty happy to see that. Among them, going to be Dalton Kilrow, who is at the tail end of the lead lap, just ahead of the race leader, along with Corey Rutherford. Derek Paulson, I think, is going to like seeing that one, as he was trapped a lap down. Had not been able to get back around the race leader, but should get the lucky dog to do so right now.
I think I'm gonna use this time to go upstairs and grab a drink, my friend.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, I'll be right back.
So the Butcher leads the way. John Perkins being scored in second spot. Rick Thompson right behind him in third. Then Brad Collins in the 22 and fourth. Ian Habiak running category 4 here tonight, not quite whipping it up to a 5 yet, but right now being scored in the 5th spot. Jason Day in the 31 running in the 6th spot. The lone Dutchman Philip Van Vliet running in 7th. Speed Mafia's number 73 Casey Campbell running in the 8th spot. Corey Sherman in 9th, and Jamie Walker going to round out the top 10. Then it's Matt Grunberg, Amanda Sherman, Josh Sexton, Terry Foster, Dalton Kilrow, Mike Hamlin, and I'm going to stop there because the list starts getting a little weird on me. I want to go ahead and thank everybody for tuning into the Turn 3 Racing Network. I hope you had a great Thanksgiving. The 10 up 1 spot since the drop of the green flag. He started on the outside of the pole, now leads this one. And then there's a busload of Speed Mafia guys. The 33, the 76, the 22. Pace car working its way on the final time for the final time here. Down the back stretch and in turns 3 and 4. It's going to drop on to pit road. It's going to be like a 7-lap dash to the end of stage number 2 here at the end of lap 100. Pace car comes down. We were looking for that green flag. It flies, and TBB on the gas pedal. Here we go. Back under the green flag. And the Butcher holds on to the race lead. Speed Mafia trying to sort it out. Rick Thompson gives plenty of berth for John Perkins to slide back down on track as they come up to speed. Ian Habia in the 4th spot. Brad Collins right behind him after that restart. Jason Day feeling racy right now, but the 88 is going to sneak underneath. Jamie Walker looking to try and put himself in position to try and win this stage. Walker right on the back bumper of the 22. He moves down. The 22 thought about throwing the block, couldn't quite get there in time. The 88 on the inside now, inside of the top 5. Jamie Walker marching towards the front. Next up for him is going to be Ian Habiak. Habiak running in the 4 spot. Still a category 4. Maybe sliding down to a category 3. I'm not sure. It's hard to keep that pressure up lap after lap.
Well, right now Ian's feeling that pressure as Walker's right on his back bumper, looking on the inside. Here comes Walker. Jamie Walker moving into the 4th position. Now got his sights on the 76 of Rick Thompson.
Rick Thompson can't do anything with Walker. He moves up, and here comes the 88. It's a freight train with 1 car as he is blasting through this top 5 really quickly. About 3.5 laps before the end of this stage, and Jamie Walker now to the inside of John Perkins looking for 2nd. Oh, Walker is fast.
Now he's just got 1 more guy to get around. That's Doc Butcher.
Jamie Walker on fresh tires, looking for the race lead. He is winning stage number 2. That's what he wants to do. Here comes the 41 out of nowhere. Dalton Kilrow now looking for 2nd spot. So Kilrow up 3 spots on the race. Now behind the 88. If this doesn't harken back to last year, I don't know what would. Both drivers on fresh sets of rubber. Working lap number 99, the 41 brings it down low. The 41 of Don Kilrow going to try and take the race lead. Oh, what a move out of Kilrow. Taking the lead away from Jamie Walker.
And with 1 more lap, Chris, Dalton could probably take both stages here, but here comes Walker running on the inside. He's not going to give up that easy.
Tried to make a move in 1 and 2, couldn't get it done. Now has to get to the back bumper on the back stretch. His last opportunity is going to be coming out of turn number 4. I don't think he's got it, Rick, as he has fallen back just a little bit. Not able to keep the momentum up on the 88. Will he be able to catch him on the front stretch? I don't think so. No. The 41 is going to win stage number 2. That's back-to-back stage wins for Don Kilrow. Wow. Great push out of Kilrow in the 41. Getting all the points here tonight. 1 more stage to try and win for the 41. And we're 100 laps from it. All right, so that is the end of stage number 2. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a break here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. When we come back, it's going to be the 3rd and final stage all the way to lap 201. Don't go away. Plenty of racing to go live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network.
With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
TRJKarting.com is your #1 online source for karting components, engines, and safety gear. They have a huge selection for the novice to the professional and a dedicated section for sim racers. No matter how you do it, your desire and passion to go fast fuels them. Their focus is to put their customers into victory lane. Make sure you check them out at TRJKarting.com and give them a like on Facebook.
And we're back live here at Texas as we are getting ready to go back under the green flag for the third and final stage of this race. New race leader, it's going to be Mike Hamlin driving the number 28, up 12 positions to be in the race lead, Rick.
Yeah, it's gonna. I mean, I'm actually memorized by the caution lights here at Texas, but
You're memorized or mesmerized?
Yeah, mesmerized.
Oh, okay.
You know, whatever. I'm still looking at them.
Yeah.
I'll get off him now, though. Yeah, Mike Hamlin going to be leading the pack here. Dalton Kilroy going to be in second with Taylor the Butcher Benjamin in third. Jamie Walker going to be starting in fourth with John Perkins in fifth. Possibly. Everything's changing on my screen, man.
Yeah,
Perkins in sixth. Rick Thompson in fifth. Yeah. It's going to be good, though. I mean, this is it. I mean, who's it going to be? Is it going to be somebody already in the playoffs? Is it going to be a driver who feels like they should have been? They worked hard, had bad luck throughout the season. Take it away and make these guys race even harder at Martinsville.
I see Aaron Bockover. Speaking of working hard all season and just not having the finishes he wanted, is he's down a lap. Running in the 23rd spot.
That's okay. It's okay.
Getting ready to go back into the green flag. Mike Hamlin hits the loud pedal. Here we go. And what a start for Mike. All by himself, heading into turns 1 and 2 now. The 41 trying to fight off both the 10 and the 88 at the same time. The Butcher and Jamie Walker wanting to get towards the front. Dalton Kilroy has taken all the points here tonight, at least so far. And now looking to try and lead here in stage number 3.
I was going to say, he's not done. He's tracking down Mike Hamlin very, very heavily right now.
Got to check in on him, Rick, because yeah, here we go. Well, Matt Gruenberg was kind of taking it really easy. Not anymore. Gruenberg working the inside of a 3-wide situation, and he is gone. Matt Gruenberg already up to the 7th spot. Oh, the 16 gets loose in front of him. A little tire smoke coming out of the back of the 16 slows the 54's progress for just a moment. We're going to dial back that Hurricane to about a category 1. And Gruenberg says, hey, boys, bet you thought you weren't going to see me up here tonight. Here I am.
No, that's what a set of fresh Goodyear tires will do for you. He's just
caution on the track, and it is going to be a big one. One of those chase contenders involved. Let's go back and take a peek and see what happened to the 17 of Brian Dees. had Jeffrey Fisher right behind him. James Miller Oh boy, they just ran out of room. Very, very tight racing there, and they just ran out of room. Let's go back one more time. Everything was good. Fisher tried to get down into that low lane. I'm gonna look at it one more time. I'm gonna have to look at it from a slightly different angle because reasons. So you see the 17 move down a little bit, and Fisher was gonna get in line with him, and then went down to the low lane, and it happened so quickly. Let's slow this one down just a little bit. This is a big one. So out of the corner, the 17 is going to move down. You see Jeffrey Fisher move up to try and pick the draft, and then he pulls back down. We're going to see that here in just a moment. Maybe we can pick it up for just a second here. So through the corner, the 17 looks like he's pushing up just a little bit. Fisher tries to get in underneath. The 17 was moving down. Fisher was out of room. Gonna have to call that one on Brian Dees, I'm afraid. But that's what I say. We'll see what race control has.
Yeah, and you're absolutely right, Chris. It has been called on the 17 and Brian Dees from race control.
Hey, can't blame Jeff Fisher. I mean, Dees was showing him an opening. Fisher was trying to close it in. And then they opened and closed up, and the two made contact. So, unfortunately for Brian Dees, this is not the way you wanted to start this round of 8.
No, definitely not.
And unfortunately for Brian, it looks like, well, an extended time on pit road for sure. And it looks like the same for Jeffrey Fisher. So competitively, they're going to be done here tonight, it looks like.
Yeah, I mean, to the point, Brian Dees is actually out of his racing chair right now on the live camera, Chris.
Yeah, I noticed that too. Tough night for the Soul Stealer. Probably heading back down to Georgia.
Yeah, it's a good thing that the car's a go, so Jeffrey Fisher made a little move there on pit road. It happens, it's racing. And there we go, Brian Dees getting back in his car.
All right, our man up top is the 41. It's going to be Dalton Kilrow, who is outside. Jamie Walker inside row number 2. The Butcher, Taylor Butcher Benjamin, to his outside, Mr. Joshua Sexton. The Lone Dutchman going to be starting in the 5th spot. That's Philip Van Vliet. To his outside, Ian Habiak. Jason Day picks up row number 4 to the inside. Amanda Sherman to his outside, running in the 8th spot in her number 8. Corey Rutherford in the 5, going to be restarting in 9th. To his outside, the 54. of Matt Gruenberg. Then it's going to be Derek Paulson, Mike Hamlin, Corey Sherman, John Perkins, Rick Thompson, Terry Foster, Brad Collins, Casey Campbell, Jordan McAvoy, and the rest. Here we go, back under the green flag. The 41 hits the loud pedal, and we're back racing. Here comes the 10, the Butcher, trying to work the inside of Jamie Walker. Couldn't quite do it.
Couldn't do it yet.
Oh, a little sideways goes the 10. That's going to allow the Butcher, the 88 of Jamie Walker to get there. And Philip Van Vliet is racing hard right now, up to the 4 spot. He's underneath Joshua Sexton in the 51. The Lone Dutchman making moves here late in this one.
Yeah, takes over 4th position comfortably now. Here comes the Kool-Aid Man. And here comes Jamie Walker on the inside of Dalton Kilroe. Still trying to take away that spot from Kilroe and lead this thing, but Kilroe hangs on strong.
I think what they need to do right now, Rick, is stay tight, 1 and 2. Don't leave each other's sides and try and build up a gap. Then you can race later. But that's what I think. Now, what are they going to do on track? You got 2 competitive people out there. I'm thinking they're probably going to race.
I'm thinking you're probably right. As Jamie Walker looks down inside once again, not able to do it. Kilroe holding strong there with his number 41 Daddy O's machine. And the Lone Dutchman working on the inside of Doc Butcher now. Not able to clear him.
And Van Vliet looking for the top 3. And so far, he is doing great.
Oh no, Chris, it looks like one of our championship contenders is down in the infield care center, the 17 of Brian Dees.
Oh boy. Well, I hate to do it, but I think we should.
Yeah, this isn't the way we wanted to talk to you, Brian Dees. You got Rick Chris up in the booth. You got a copy, bud?
I got a copy.
And what's going on there for the Soul Stealer here tonight?
Not exactly the way I wanted to come back and start the round of 8 here. The cause caution EOL was given to me. I mean, it didn't really matter anyways, but I mean, as far as causing the caution, I mean, I'm okay with that. I looking at the replay, I did come down. Felt like I got sandwiched and kind of worked over there a little bit by the 09 and the 98. The 09 was coming around my outside, pinching me down, and then the 98 tried to jump up my inside. I think he was on fresh tires.
Yeah, a little tough
and
there.
I kind of just found myself in the middle of the sandwich with nowhere to go, and guess it is what it is. What also wasn't really too happy about after it, the next lap, the 98 came up, gave me a bump, caused me another 4X, which every incident point is a championship penalty here, so definitely not too happy about that. Might have to have a little talk with Mark after the race about that.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
Whatever. We'll let the race control handle from here, I guess.
That's all you can do, buddy. Hey, listen, next week we head over to Martinsville and Phoenix. How you feeling about those 2 races?
Typically, I'm not really a short track guy, so guess I'm gonna have to learn how to become one pretty quickly.
Yeah, it's time to spend a lot of time on a short track and get the feel of it, because you're gonna need it, bud.
Yeah, it looks like it.
Well,
Hopefully, the next couple races can figure something out and make something work, find my way, claw back into the championship for it.
there you go. And how many souls did you have for Thanksgiving?
Had a couple of turkey souls, a couple of duck souls.
That a boy. All right, bud.
So
Well,
I found a few laying around. But
there you go. Hey, I know it's not the way you wanted to end tonight's race, but who do you have on the 17 that you need to thank tonight?
I gotta thank all the sponsors for the league, TRJ Karting, Butt Kicker, for everything they do. Thank the admins. Thank my pseudo teammates tonight at Work in Progress Racing. Ty, I guess, missed this week, so I was hanging out with them. They were helping me out a little bit on strategy and stuff, so I always appreciate hanging out with them. Also got to thank Michael Falk over at MF Racing Designs for all the paint schemes he does for me, best in the business, so I appreciate it. Hopefully from now on I won't be wrecking them and making them look ugly, but it happens sometimes. It's racing.
It sure does. All right, buddy. Well, we're going to get back to the race. Speaking of racing, and I'm assuming the car's she's done for the night.
I had about 16 minutes of required repairs, about 7 minutes left, and then another 8.5. I guess we'll see how it goes. I might get back out there and show some loyalty.
There you go. Loyalty is all about being here for the Blazing Pedals. And that was the 17. Brian D is looking to get back out on track is what we're hoping for, as it's always fun to have him out there. Missed him last week, and Ricky comes back with a different paint job, and well,
Yeah, he should have just kept what he had going, you know?
Yeah.
It was working for him.
speaking of keeping what you have going for you, how about this? Philip Van Vliet up to the second spot, trying to track down our race leader, Don Kilrow. And Corey Rutherford now getting around Jamie Walker as Walker's tires seeming to be fading away.
Yeah, I mean, Walker's sitting in fourth right now. Matt Grunberg right behind him in fifth.
And the 88 seems to be fading back just a tad. And so is the 41. Or is it that the 89 is just that much quicker here at Texas, because the gap, it's getting smaller.
It is, but if you notice one thing on the pit stop time there, I think that we know what the Kool-Aid Man has going for him right now.
Oh yeah, without a doubt.
So it's working. It's working.
You got to use them up now.
Might as well.
Last on pit road for both of these front drivers. Lap 102. The difference in time suggests a difference in tire strategy. Philip Van Vliet got 4 fresh ones last time in, and our 41, our race leader, did not. Nonetheless, they continue to lead the way. Corey Rutherford really has turned it on here in the second half of this season. Corey's been racing very well as of late, and a third place run for him right now, certainly proving that one out.
Yeah, he's been doing great. You think he eats frosted flakes before every race?
I would.
I would too.
Matt Gruenberg wasn't showing any speed early on in this race, but as of late has been turning it on. Now running in the top 5 is the 54, winningest driver this season. Looking to add one more, possibly here tonight at Texas. Derek Paulson, driver of the number 6, is the next one in line. He's running in 6th spot, trying to catch Matt Gruenberg. Derek started in the 3rd spot. He's down 3 since the drop of the green flag. Running in that 6th spot, and behind him, and I do mean right behind him, it's the 51 of Joshua Sexton. Sexton's been up and down on the track here tonight, but right now showing a plus 17 on the evening, putting him in 7th spot. Speaking of being up in position, he's only up 2, but it's a good run here. Corey Sherman in the 3 car, running in the 8th spot, and the pressure being off, I think, is the best thing that could have happened to Corey. I'm not taking him off the list of potential winners here this season. Mike Hamlin, we've seen him do some pretty impressive things out there so far tonight. And one of the more impressive things, he's up 4 spots into the top 10. He's running in 9th position. To round out the top 10, it is the 10. It's Taylor Butcher Benjamin, as the Butcher down 8 positions, looking to get back up towards the front. That's our top 10 tonight, brought to you by MFRD. If you're looking for a paint, make sure you get on over there on Facebook, look up MFRD and Michael Falk Racing Designs, and say, hey guy, I could use pretty good paint. Could you put my name on the nameplate? Maybe my number?
The name will be there thanks to iRacing, but that number, I don't know.
He'll do it.
He will.
And it'll look
and you'll be
good when he
happy.
does.
That's right. And not that I want to bring a curse, Chris, but look, we're sitting in 11th position right now.
Yeah, I'm not saying it. Also, want to thank the law offices of Stacy L. Grant for helping put tonight's race on. I'm sorry, Michael. It's just the mood I'm in today. I think the TNA guys took it out of me last night. I know my wife did. She kept feeding me these cans of whatever I was drinking. Alcoholic beverages of choice. I put in my order with Savage Edge, so I got that done. I don't remember doing it, but I did.
Did you order your best friend a hat?
You know, I gotta add one more tooth. You're right. You want a hat or do you want a tooth?
I need a hat, bro. I got enough tubes.
All right. Well, I'll tell you what.
I'll steal yours one day at the shop. It's okay.
No, you don't want mine. Just get with Corey after. Tell him to add one.
It's all good.
Tell
I see
him
how
the
it is.
size. It's on me. Happy Christmas. Happy birthday. Happy Thanksgiving. Happy New Year. Whatever you want to do.
Happy Kwanzaa. Don't forget Kwanzaa.
Okay.
Winter solstice.
Yeah.
And of course, over there on Savage Edge, it's not only cool stuff, you know. I mean, Corey and Amanda can make anything custom, which is just amazing. Anything you can think of. But that's also the home of TNA Motorsports. You can support your favorite TNA Motorsports driver. You got Sam Baumgarten stuff over there. You got Michael Falk, MF Racing Design stuff over there. So make sure to head on over to SavageEdge.com. I'll tell you right now, you will not be sorry that you did. Shirts are comfortable. They hold up well in the wash. I mean, like I said, I literally went to Corey. I dropped $100, ordered a whole new wardrobe for a week. And that's what I wear now, is strictly Savage Edge Racing stuff. Or Savage Edge Racing. I got TNA Motorsports. I have one that has only been worn a couple of times because it was a lie. It has not made Baco over great, or has not made Aaron great again. I'm going to use that one in the shop to clean the Blackstone or something. I don't know.
Well,
We got some pit stops.
Pit stops are happening. And so is the great fuel-saving adventure known as Captain Save Fuel, Dalton Kilrow. I heard it last lap. I was like, man, you're still on last week's tank of fuel. I don't. Oh, he is having some blinking issues again. You know, for every blink you save, about 1/10 of a lap of fuel. So I think it's by design. Well, does he stay out of it in 1 and 2? Wow.
He really does, yeah. You know, the connection issue is something that Dalton has been worried about for the last couple of weeks, Chris. I mean, it's really started, but like I said earlier in the broadcast, he did know about it during practice and in the beginning of the race, so he's hoping it just hangs on just a little bit longer.
And here he comes down pit road. Matt Gruenberg, going to be our new race leader. And Gruenberg's been showing that he can save fuel here tonight, too. He's been doing it a different way, though. He's just not been running up to full speed for most of the race. Now that he is, we'll see how much longer he can stay out there. Last time he was out on pit road was lap 109. So he may have about 4 or 5 more laps in him. So it's going to be Matt Gruenberg. Derek Paulson finds himself back up into the hunt, running in the second spot. Corey Sherman in third. Mike Hamlin, John Perkins, Rick Thompson, Brad Collins, Casey Campbell. Those 8 drivers have not come down pit road yet. Only one driver on pit road right now. It's Terry Foster in the 86.
Yeah, the Pod Kings Motorsports driver Dalton Kilwell, the 41 Datios machine. Service complete backup, getting around the 84 right now of Matt Hackathorn. Had a good pit stop there from the Datios machine. And now I think we're about to see some fancy footwork. He's not done yet here tonight by any means. And there's Jamie Walker as they're running hard together. Ooh.
Oh, we got a big time problem. And guess who was involved?
Jimmy Walker.
I don't know if he was yet, but the 44 was. Jamie Walker also involved, seeing him hit pit road. Big time problem. If you've got a yellow spoiler, it's not a good night here for you tonight.
And that Texas is not being kind to the round of 8 drivers right now.
Well, let's go back and take a peek, see what happened. You had just said that they were racing each other hard, and oh, the 44 just not up to speed. The 88 gets into them. The 5 and the 9. The 9 comes over into the 88. That's James Miller into the 88. All right. Let's watch this from Jamie's perspective. I just nowhere to go, and the 44 just wasn't up to speed. Something going on there. And then the 88 cruises hard into the pit wall, loses the front end. He's going to be done for the night. Let's go back over and watch this out of James Miller's perspective. As the 5 gets in the wall, then back down into the 09. The 09 trying to keep it on track, and does for the most part. So some damage to the left rear. And race control is going to have a field day with this one.
Yeah, I'm glad that that I'm not Jason or Mark, that's for sure. But it almost looked like Aaron Bockover maybe trying to come down pit road, Chris. I'm not. I didn't hear a call out, but it is not a rule that you actually have to call out your pits here.
Yeah, you just
drivers do it as a courtesy.
Way off pace to be in a lane that you're supposed to be racing in, though. Very odd.
And I'm wondering if maybe it was a fuel issue, because I actually heard, now that we're under caution, there was a driver. I didn't catch the name there as I was looking through the replay. It doesn't come up for me, but they did run out of fuel, so.
Oh.
But I know it wasn't Bockover, but maybe Bockover was having that same issue and was just trying to get safely onto pit road.
It looks like Jamie Walker's night may be done, disconnected away from chat. All that happened with Matt Gruenberg as the race leader. He's going to continue to be the race leader. Going to be Gruenberg, Paulson, John Perkins. So our top 3 drivers, all with the yellow spoilers. Corey Rutherford looks like he's bringing it to the backside of the track.
So the Shermanator has run out of gas, Chris. And so what has happened? Yes, Corey Rutherford in the 5 machine, he was the actual, his part of that incident where he came up off to miss Jamie, hit the wall, bounced into the 09 of Miller. That's what actually brought up the caution. So the number 5 is going to be getting the EOL for bringing out that caution, unfortunately.
Okay. Meanwhile, we lose another yellow spoiler out of this race. Jamie Walker, not going to continue.
And that just adds to the drivers that are just having bad luck, like the 84 Pack of Thorns sitting back there in 23rd position. Still James Miller in the 09 in 21st right now. Of course, as we talked about, Brian Dees, Jamie Walker are out. And that's half of the round of 8 right there, Chris.
Yeah. Yeah, the other half are in the top 3.
Yeah, Grunberg, Paulson, Perkins. Dalton's not far. He's within the top 10. He's sitting in 9th right now. So Texas not being kind.
Our race leader opts for the outside on this restart. This will be the first time our leader has opted for the top side of the track here tonight. We'll see how that goes. Nobody tell Derek a joke. He'll probably fall out of his chair and hit somebody.
Poor Paulson.
And the 54 going to continue as our race leader as we go back under the green flag. Derek just didn't seem to want to go. And now he is. So Derek Paulson in the 2nd spot. John Perkins in 3rd. He's being followed by 2 teammates, Brad Collins and Rick Thompson. And it's going to be Corey Sherman, Mike Hamlin hammering down to the inside, going to try and take away a spot from Corey Sherman. He does. That puts Corey back into the 7th spot. Behind them, it's the 41 of Dalton Kilroe. Kilroe looking to try and make his way up towards the front again. Meanwhile, Gruenberg and Derek Paulson have a nice little gap between them two. John Perkins with a gap between himself and Derek Paulson for 2nd. 52 laps to go.
And man, Dalton's starting to charge up through. He's in 8th position right now. Got his sights on the TRJ Vacuums number 3 of Corey Sherman right now. Dalton Kilroe on the inside. Sherman on the outside. Dalton gets around the 3 and now has his sights set on the 76 of Rick Thompson.
Dalton has won stage 1 and stage 2 here tonight, even though he's having that issue. A blinking concern out of the 41 and trying to race around that Rick, no fun at all.
No, Rick Thompson, probably a little pucker moment there, Chris. But Dalton Kilroe able to get around the 76. Now he's putting on the moves to Brad Collins.
Yeah, really trying to decide where he was going to go because he was waiting on the 28. Now the 28 and he go by. Now the 41's going to try and work on Mike Hamlin. Hamlin has been racing his heart out here tonight. It's been fun to watch him. He's put on some impressive moves.
That he has.
But Dalton knows it's time to go. Even with 50 laps to go, it's time to go. You need every point that you can at this point in the race. And they both go around the 33 of Perkins. Now the 41's going to put the move on. Now Dalton Kilroe's going to find himself in the 3rd spot.
Now he's got a lot of time to make up to get up to the back bumper of second place Derek Paulson, his sixth machine right now. Derek Paulson 5.51 seconds ahead of Dalton Kilrow. Dalton's going to make up almost 7 seconds to catch up to the back bumper of the 54 Grunberg.
So Matt Grunberg had played this one out safe at the very beginning. Very safe. Was being scored in the 20s for most of this race. Then finds himself the race leader. Pretty impressive.
Yeah, he's kept it quiet, Chris. I mean, we were a little nervous there during the beginning of the race and through the midpoint. But we know that, I mean, we talked about it. Grunberg always comes into a race having a plan. He doesn't just willy-nilly it. And those plans 9 out of 10 times work out for him. Looking to have those laps tick down a little further so that way he can lock himself into the final round. That'll take a lot of pressure off too. I mean, think about it. I mean, Martinsville, Phoenix, both not easy tracks.
No. And both can be considered short tracks. Phoenix slightly longer, but still in my mind a short track.
Exactly.
I mean, that's not all I have to describe it, but that's what I'll use.
Beautiful desert setting. Rattlesnake Mountain.
Good.
The nice hot but dry air. Second place finishes in the Tour Modifieds. Sweeping sexy dog legs.
Yeah,
But not the love.
it's not helping. It really isn't. Ryan D's back out on track in the 17, albeit pretty slow, but does have an opportunity, perhaps, to make up a couple of positions. One of them would be against Jamie Walker, so definitely needs to be out there and get it done. See Jeffrey Fisher taking a wide berth away from our race leader, his teammate. Same courtesy given to our second place runner, Derek Paulson. Colin Kilrow starting to separate himself from Mike Hamlin, but not really catching second place Derek Paulson. Still a 5.57 second lead, or gap rather, between Derek Paulson and Colin Kilrow. Then it's Mike Hamlin, and here comes the Butcher back inside the top 5. And the Butcher's had a pretty good night.
That's been a good solid night there for the Penn State number 10 machine of Doc Butcher.
There will be one last set of pit stops for these drivers if we go green the rest of the way. Who's got another set of tires? Does anybody?
And if they do, are they going to have enough time to actually utilize and use them?
I'm putting them on no matter what. If I have them, I'm putting them on.
If you have them, yeah, you got to put them on. Especially if it's, under caution.
I'll take the 6 seconds more that it takes to put the tires on, because I know that new tires are 2 seconds a lap faster. In fact, let's take a look at that right now. Matt Grunberg is on fresher tires. Now, the last time he was on pit road was lap 143. Quick math, 19 laps ago, he's already lost a little over a second per lap. So yeah, I'll take that hit, Rick. If I've got him even under green flag conditions, I'm putting tires on.
Now it's going to be interesting to see who is left that still has a set. I mean, a few of the drivers that we know usually keep them towards the end. I mean, like Jamie Walker, he's sitting in 25th position. He's done for the night. I'd be calling him up and saying, hey, can I buy your tires off of me?
Right. Jason Day under attack from the 16 of Ian Habiak. Habiak looking to try and fire it up back to a category 3 or 4. Haven't seen a 5 out of him yet tonight. The Hurricane looking very good here tonight, though, just being very consistent on the laps.
Well, we heard this. We heard the Soul Stealer talking about loyalty also, Chris. Well, he was 27th. He was at the bottom of the list. He has already surpassed Jordan McAvoy to go into the 26th. Now he's just tracking down, like what you said, Jamie Walker's thing to try to gain some more points. So Brian D's out there still doing what he's got to do.
Yeah, I mean, it comes down to it. Rick, from race 1, I've been saying every point matters.
Every point.
Now, somewhat 9.5 months later, it's still just as true.
It is. Coming into tonight's race, though, Chris, Brian D's 6th in the points battle.
That's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt D's. It's gonna hurt Walker a lot. And then if our winner tonight happens to have a yellow spoiler on, well, they can go out and do whatever they want next week and the week after.
Exactly.
And try and extend that lead. I would. Oh, Kilro is saving a ton of fuel. I was looking at the time increments and they were going up, Rick. I was trying to figure out why.
That would be why.
I know why. Let's go inside and watch the master work.
This is almost as good as it turned out.
Almost. Shuts it down, heading into turns 1 and 2, right on the front stretch. About halfway through 1 and 2, climbs back into it. Do that lap over every single time. You're saving a ton of fuel. Let's take a look at what our race leader's doing. Matt Gruenberg, the number 54. He's doing it a slightly different way. He's not dropping the clutch. But he is staying out of it for a little bit longer than what he would need to. You see his teammate get up in front of him. That's actually going to help him save fuel. But not for long. Saving fuel is a great strategy to win a race, but kind of gets old to watch. I want people racing.
Oh, yeah.
I want them side by side, beating and banging.
I mean, that's the thing. I mean, even if he has enough, if he can save enough You go to the remainder of the race, which I highly doubt.
Well, nobody can.
There's already been a bunch of drivers, Chris, that have come down pit road. They've gotten their fuel. They might have taken their last sets of tires.
Yeah, Amanda Sherman's on pit road right now. The thing is, no matter what you do, you're gonna have to pit. There's no way that you're going 60 laps on a tank of fuel. No way. So if you know you're gonna pit, why don't you just race? Now, I guess there is something to be said about saving a little bit of your tire right now, and
Yeah.
you wouldn't have to pit as soon, so maybe you can take less fuel, or I don't know. We'll see. It's a big game. It's a cerebral game at this point.
No, I mean, it's a game that these drivers play week in and week out, though, Chris, if you really think about it. I mean, you know, Dalton Kilroy was the only one out there, and of course we pick on him by calling him Captain Save Fuel, but if he was the only one out there, you know, I would think, well, it's a little silly, but you also got Matt Grunberg leading this race with a 3.5 second lead over Derek Paulson. You know, he's out there, he's saving.
Well, here's what I don't get. So Kilroy was out there saving fuel. He's on pit road right now. He's inside of the pit window. He won't have to pit again. And he was able to get there without saving fuel, but he saved fuel anyway. He lost time on track to do it. I mean, he went from 5 seconds behind Derek Paulson to 11 plus seconds behind him just to come in and pit. Speaking of coming in and pitting, here comes Matt Grunberg, our race leader.
I don't know, I'm confused.
Derek Paulson also bringing it down pit road. John Perkins next up in line. Perkins well, we don't know what he's gonna do yet. He's on the backstretch. Too early to call.
I can tell you one thing he is going to do. He's just going to send it. No, he stayed out this lap.
Oh, that'll lap.
And again, we talked about it. I mean, every point counts. But it's good to see the 33 having a good night here, Chris. I mean, well deserved. Been kind of an up and down season there for Mr. Perkins.
Yeah, Michael, I get that too. I get trying to get the shortest pit time. But if you're going to shave a second off from pit time but lose 6 seconds on track, are you saving anything? I don't see it. I don't know.
Maybe it's because we haven't been behind the wheel in the last, 4 or 5 years?
Yeah, that all changes soon.
Maybe something's changed that we don't know.
I don't know, but we're going to find out here in about 26 laps because that's all we got left. Matt Grunberg is our race leader. He's trying to chase down Amanda Sherman to put her a lap down.
And listen, I did it as long as I could, but I had to put a dip in. Sorry, Amanda.
So it's going to be Matt Grunberg, Derek Paulson in second. The 4.8 second gap and increasing to about 5. From second to third place, Dalton Kilroy, that's 4.7 second gap. And I guess there it is. I mean, if Dalton was closer to Derek when they came down pit road, I don't know. Maybe I don't know. I know Butcher's running in 4th spot. I know Mike Hamlin's running in 5th.
And the Hurricane over there at TRJ Karting, he's in 6th. And I also know if you're into karting stuff, Chris, or if you need some new shoes and gloves, or you're looking for a cool hoodie or a shirt, head on over to trjkarting.com. Hit up Tim and Ian. They will set you up. Great prices, great people, great small business in North Carolina.
I got to place an order with Tim. I need a set of shoes. Everything else I got either coming or here, ready to go.
I'll see. Maybe we can save something. If he has a size 9 for my cuz, he could put them in the same box, ship them up to me.
With a Uniline box
No,
cutter?
the Uniline box cutter is only for me. Okay, I'm telling you, you don't get me. Although if he wants to throw in a new razor blade, I could use one of them.
Well,
This damn thing gets a lot of use.
I don't use a size 9. I do use a size 12.
I should have you try on the 11s I have here just to make sure that they fit correctly too. That might be a good thing. Because they are a little big on me.
There you go, Mark. Thank you very much. I knew what I was thinking was the right way, and Mark just confirmed it in chat.
Yeah.
If you lose 6 seconds to try and gain a second, your net loss is still 5 seconds. $19 laps to go. Matt Gruenberg still your race leader. Derek Paulson in second, 6.6 seconds behind. Dalton Kilrow 10.5 seconds behind Derek right now.
Yellow.
And we are under caution. Oh no. The guy that's made some really great moves here tonight now missing a rear end. Let's figure out what happened. To Mike Hamlin. He was behind Terry Foster. Oh, there was a little taffy on the bumpers. They made contact, and then they made like a couple more times. Oh man. Terry was probably throwing wrappers out on the track all night. All right, let's go back and look at it from the top side. 28 gets into the bumper, puts the 86 into the wall. They make contact and then contact again. That one going to be on the 28, I'm going to guess.
That's what it kind of looks like. I mean, you know, Hamlin got up into him. The stickiness of the taffy on the back bumper sent Terry up towards the wall a little bit by the looks of it.
Matt Gruenberg, Derek Paulson staying out on track, Dalton Kilrow, Taylor Butcher, Benjamin, Ian Habiak, Jason Day, all on pit road. Let's see what they're going to do. The Butcher, gas only. Dalton Kilrow had a set of tires. And so did Joshua Sexton. This is the strategy that might win him the race. This I understand.
So you're all right, Chris. That is going to go on the 28.
$17 laps to go. We're under caution. And this is a big caution for a lot of reasons. Number one, the 33 going to get his lap back. That'll put 8 drivers on the lead lap. Number two, it's going to bunch this field back up and let them win off from speed, not strategy. That's what I want to see. Although there is some strategy at play here because some guys add another set of tires.
Yep, a few drivers hung on to him, Chris, just in case this happened, and things are about to get interesting.
All right, a couple of words from a couple of sponsors, and then we're going to be right back at you here to finish this one up. We will be right back live on the Turn 3 Racing Network.
With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
TRJKarting.com is your #1 online source for karting components, engines, and safety gear. They have a huge selection for the novice to the professional and a dedicated section for sim racers. No matter how you do it, your desire and passion to go fast fuels them. Their focus is to put their customers into victory lane. Make sure you check them out at TRJKarting.com and give them a like on Facebook.
Great folks over there at TRJKarting.com for sure. Make sure you head on over to SavageEdge.com for anything apparel or anything you want customized. Make sure you head on over to the ButtKicker.com. Use code BLAZING for 20% off your order, which makes it to a very reasonable price. And of course, if you need a paint, head on over to Facebook and make sure to look up MF Racing Designs. And make sure to tell them that you want your number on your nameplate too. I think that's $5 extra if I'm not mistaken.
Nah, he'll do it for free, Rick. He really will. All right, getting ready to go back under the green flag. Pace car lights are off. The 54 of Matt Gruenberg, your race leader. Derek Paulson going to restart to his outside. Inside row 2, Taylor the Butcher Benjamin, and outside of him, Dalton Kilroy, Jason Day, Ian Habiak, Joshua Sexton. And we are back under the green flag. The 54 with a great restart. 14 laps to go. Who's got it?
But the drivers that do have it, Chris, Matt Gruenberg has a fresh set of Goodyears underneath his machine. Derek Paulson sitting in second also. Dalton Kilroy sitting in fourth right now. He's got a new set of Goodyears. And the Hurricane sitting in sixth. Let's see if they can use them up here.
Will 10 laps make a difference here on tires?
I would think so.
That's what we're going to find out. Because Matt Gruenberg, Derek Paulson came in, got tires, but it was 10 laps ago.
I can tell you right now, it's not hurting Matt Gruenberg.
Dalton Kilroy gets around the 10, now looking to try and take over the second spot. He's going to go to the outside, hoping that the grip sticks on those brand new tires. New second place runner. It's going to be the 41 of Dalton Kilroy getting it done on the outside. Now he's got to chase down our race leader.
Maybe Kilroy picked up some of that tappy that fell off the 86 machine, you know? That's a sticky tire, right?
It would be sticky, yes. 0.8 of a second is the gap from first to second. It's closing. The 41 just a tick quicker. With 11 laps to go, he's going to have to find a little extra speed. Last time, Bob, 30.60 for our race leader, Matt Gruenberg. 30.55 for Dalton Kilroy. Now he was working against Derek Paulson that lap. This time it's going to be a clean lap. Let's see what the time difference is going to be. 0.2 of a second difference between Gruenberg and Dalton. Kilrow faster.
And of course, top three drivers have that yellow spoiler, Chris, the yellow windshield banner. A win here tonight would relieve a lot of pressure going into the next 2 weeks for Martinsville and Phoenix. Dalton's already won both stages. Starting to catch up to the back bumper there of the 54 Gruenberg.
Gruenberg is going to do everything in his power to try and stay out front. The 41 right now is faster. Catching him is one thing, passing him is another. We've said that multiple times this season. The 41 lets it fly into the corner, trying to catch our race leader. Ricky's to the back bumper. Now he's got to figure out how to make a move. He's faster, but will he remain faster when he goes side by? Oh, he gets sideways coming out of the corner. The 41 holds it down low. We've got a challenge for the race lead with 8 laps to go. Into turns 3 and 4. They were side by side. Now Dalton Kilrow sticks it out by a nose. The fuel strategy wasn't going to work, Rick, but this tire strategy might be the thing that was needed for the 41, as he is now the sole possessor of the race lead.
And of course, the other driver that took new tires during that last pit stop on 174, Chris, the 6th, Derek Paulson, still sitting in 3rd place. Got a ways to go to catch up to the back bumper still, Gruenberg.
I don't know if Paulson's got the speed to do it. He is doing a good job of staying out in front of the Butcher, but we have a caution one more time, possibly, as Jeffrey Fisher having problems. Still no caution on the track, and there it is. Jeffrey Fisher having problems. Let's go take a look. He's all by himself. He downshifts and spins it and blows an engine. And that's, well, I'm not going to say a word. I don't like it.
Nope.
I don't like it at all.
There's only one reason why you would do that.
All right, Dalton Kilrow is our race leader. Matt Gruenberg, Derek Paulson, Taylor Butcher Benjamin, Jason Day are top 5. I'm gonna go back one more time to that last incident. There you go. Well, here we are on a Sunday night shootout. That's what it's going to be. I believe we're going to retake the green with 2 to go. At the beginning of this race, we were talking about Amanda Sherman really liking this track, and I'll tell you what, right now she's in 13th spot. That's not bad. She actually has the chance to take the banner. For TNA Motorsports, Aaron Bach over Corey Sherman, the 2 cars just ahead of her. Oh, the storyline that would make. Well, it's actually going to be a little bit shorter of a shootout, although the green-white checkered rule will go into effect. 3 attempts at that here for the Blazing Pedals.
No, Fisher in 23rd, doesn't really matter what race control has come up with, but yeah, a little shootout is what we're going to be going for.
All right, lights are off. And ladies and gentlemen, if you're just tuning in, it has been a pretty decent race here at Texas. This caution aside, it's been a pretty decent race. Dalton Kilroe in the 41 is our race leader. Matt Gruenberg to the outside. In second spot, Derek Polson in third. Those 3 drivers have the yellow spoilers. Taylor Butcher Benjamin has been fast here all night. Going to be restarting outside row number 2. Then it's Jason Day and Ian Habiak. Here we go. Back under the green flag. The 41 with a great restart. Exactly what he needed. And here comes Derek Polson now to the inside, trying to take a spot away from Gruenberg. Derek Polson looking to try and take second away with 2 laps to go. Gruenberg fighting hard on the outside.
And of course, we know earlier Paulson was one of those drivers that took fresh tires, Chris, during the lap 174 caution, along with Dalton.
Along with Gruenberg. He took him with Gruenberg. Dalton took him 10 laps later.
Oh, that's right. No, Dalton, you're right. 184.
White flag in the air. It is done. No more cautions to be had here tonight. Race them till the finish. And Dalton Kilroe running away. The battle right now for second looks like Matt Gruenberg's going to hold on. As he's able to get in front, it is all done. Dalton Kilroe is our race winner here tonight. What a race he had. Both stages. And the race win. Absolutely impressive drive here for the 41 tonight. The young man has locked in for the championship hunt. Trying to make it 2 in a row.
Yeah, it's a good start, that's for sure.
As the 41 burns a house down with a well-deserved win. We're going to step away for just a moment and get the post-race interviews ready to go. Don't go away. Plenty more here on the Turn 3 Racing Network.
With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
For your sake.
And we're back live here after a hell of a finish to this race. We've got our third and our first place drivers missing the 54 right now, but that's okay. We're going to roll on anyway. Rick, I believe you caught up with our third place finisher. It's Derek Paulson.
I did. Derek Paulson, driver of the number 6 machine. You got Rick and Chris up in the booth. You got a copy, brother?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Oh, I can hear you loud and clear. You're coming in good. How you feeling? You didn't fall out of your chair at all today, right?
No, I
He
was a little
just
bit
did.
there when that one caution came out and I was a lap down, kind of got me a little nervous, but all in all, it was a pretty good race.
It was a very good race for you. I mean, you started this thing in third position. You're there now, and now how was your race a little bit?
I didn't have, you know, hot lap speed. There towards the end, I didn't have nothing for them. It was a pretty good race. I was hoping we would have went caution free there towards the end because I could have made it only on 2 stops. But and then that would have been real interesting to see what happened there. But yeah, it was all in all incident free race. Helping the point situation out. Hopefully, I can get into that top 4 or run for championship again.
Well, you're sitting in a good position for that, buddy. And listen, next week we head to Martinsville and then Phoenix. How you feeling about those 2 races?
Martinsville is going to be the wild card. You just don't know what's going to happen there. Short track, bumping and banging. I'm a little nervous about that track. Phoenix should be fine. I don't mind Phoenix. Phoenix should be pretty good, but we just gotta get through next week without too many issues, and hopefully have a good race there at Phoenix.
All right, there it is, bud. Who do you got to thank on that number 6 machine?
Well, I haven't been up here for a while, so I do want to thank you two for all the years of broadcasting. It's sad to see you go, but we know that you guys have busy lives, so just gotta say you two are awesome. We're gonna miss you. I got to thank the admins, Mark, and all the other admins for putting this league on. He puts up with a lot. He's so busy putting this on that I really appreciate Mark for all he does for us. Got to thank MF Racing Designs. Got to thank Marielle for my beautiful paint again. It hasn't been up front in a while, so I'm glad to get her a good showing tonight. And got to thank Five Kings. We did really good. There was 4 of us out of the top 5, and actually 5 of us in the top 6. So we had a pretty good night as a team, and yeah, it was just all in all a good night. Oh, and I gotta wish Dalton congrats on his win. He banked on a late race caution, and sure enough, we got a late race caution, and good to see him going back into the championship.
All right, bud. Well, there you go. Well, congratulations. We wish you luck in Martinsville. We'll see what you can do in Phoenix.
All right, thank you.
That's Derek Paulson, driver of the number 6 and fellow Bears fan, getting it done here tonight in the 3rd spot. And we do have, looks like Matt Gruenberg up here for the 2nd spot. Let's see if he unmutes himself. There it is, Matt Gruenberg. Chris and Rick up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
All right, bud. Well, you got it done here tonight. You got a second place finish after, I'm going to go with a different type of strategy that you had here tonight. I picked it out early. You were just taking it really easy in that first stage. Why don't you take me through the rest of it?
Yeah, I was really just saving my tires for the final stage. Excuse me, I'm feeling a bit under the weather this week, but yeah, I was just saving the tires for the last stage, having the 2 sets on the final stop. I thought it was going to be a 3-stop in the final stage, but that early caution just made it a 2-stop to the end. And then I thought we were going to be in a good shape there, but then that final caution came out, and Dalton had a fresh set of tires to put on, and we didn't. So that was just kind of what it came down to. Got lucky there. We lucked out on it last week at Kansas, and he got lucky this week here at Texas. So hopefully we can build on the second place and make it into the final championship.
All right, there you go. And who do you have on the 54 that you need to thank tonight?
Just everybody at Team AV, James and Jeff for the paints as usual, and you guys for broadcasting, and everybody that watches us and cheers us on each week in the broadcast.
All right, bud. Well, I can definitely tell you're not feeling good, so go get some rest and hope you feel better soon.
Thank you.
All right, the 54 of Matt Gruenberg getting it done in second spot here tonight. And Rick, I guess that means you get to talk to him. Our race winner here tonight, the number 41 of Dalton Kilrow.
I get to talk to Dalton Kilrow. Daddy, it was machine number 41. You got Rick and Chris up in the booth. You got a copy.
Yes, I do.
Man, what a hell of a run for you tonight, man. Run us through your race a little bit.
Yeah, I knew going into tonight I just needed to have a good run. Wasn't really looking for a race win, but then the pace was there, and I was able to get lucky with a couple cautions, and was able to get both stages. And then one of those last green flag pit stops right in the window to make it. I didn't take tires because I was like, this is a little bit too long of a run. Maybe there might be something happening, kind of like last week. And I didn't take tires there just because of it. And that ended up kind of saving me, and that's what allowed me to get by Gruenberg and Derek, because otherwise I wasn't catching them. They were gone. And then I just knew once that last caution came out, it was just a green white checker restart. So I just have to get a good jump and get to the point where I couldn't really get touched.
I mean, you're sitting pretty there for the next couple of races. You don't have that pressure on you anymore. You came in, you dominated the race, man. I mean, you won stage 1, stage 2. You took the checkered flag. So, I mean, you know, you're looking good there for the champion. Obviously, it doesn't really matter what you think about Martinsville and Phoenix at this point. I mean, obviously, you want to do good there so that way you can rack up, you know, some more points heading in, but and take some away from some other drivers. But you know, are you thinking about the championship race? Maybe thinking about what you might vote for? You know, any concerns going into the next 2 races?
Well, what I'm gonna be doing, because now that I'm locked in, I actually don't get a vote. It's everybody who's not taking part in the Final Four that gets the vote. So I am just gonna be just doing my thing for the next couple weeks. Of course, I'll try and help Derek and Jamie as much as I can to get them in a good space. I know Derek had a pretty good run tonight. Jamie was having a good run before he had that incident getting into the 44 when he was pitting. So it'll be trying to help them recover a little bit, and just looking forward to whatever everybody votes for this championship race.
Well, there you go, man. I mean, you're sitting in a pretty spot. Who do you got to thank on that number 41?
I got to thank Daddy-O's Barbershop, TRJ Karting.com, FB Button Box, Bam Racing Videos, Raise Energy, everybody else at Five Kings Motorsports, Savage Edge Designs, Michael Falk Racing Designs, and you guys for doing the broadcast, and everybody at home for tuning in.
All right, there you go. Well, congratulations, buddy. You're locked in.
Thank you.
And that's going to do it here from Texas. Our race winner, the 41 of Dalton Kilrow, as we march to Short Track Haven, Martinsville, next week, right here live on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for tuning in. I hope you all had a great Thanksgiving. We'll see you again next week.